As the final hour before World War II unfolded, Europe stood on the precipice of a conflict that would reshape the world. The echoes of the First World War still reverberated across the continent, but the peace established by the Treaty of Versailles was crumbling under the weight of rising totalitarianism, economic hardship, and unresolved national grievances. At the heart of this turbulent era was Adolf Hitler, whose aggressive expansionism and virulent nationalism propelled the world towards the abyss. On September 1, 1939, the invasion of Poland by Nazi Germany marked the cataclysmic beginning of World War II. However, the events of the preceding hour encapsulated the tension, fear, and inevitability of the looming global conflict. In the late 1930s, Europe was a cauldron of political instability. The rise of fascism in Germany and Italy, combined with the imperial ambitions of Japan in Asia, threatened the fragile peace. The League of Nations, intended to prevent another large-scale war, proved ineffectual in curbing the aggressions of these powers. The policy of appeasement, championed by British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, allowed Hitler to annex Austria and the Sudetenland without significant resistance. These concessions only emboldened the Führer, convincing him that the Western powers lacked the resolve to challenge his plans for territorial expansion. In the final hour before dawn on September 1, 1939, German forces were poised along the Polish border. The preparations for the invasion, codenamed Fall Weiss, Case White, had been meticulously planned. Over 1.5 million troops, supported by thousands of tanks and aircraft, were ready to execute Blitzkrieg, a new form of warfare characterized by rapid, overwhelming attacks intended to quickly incapacitate the enemy. As the clock ticked towards 4:45 a.m., key German military leaders, including General Walther von Brauchitsch, the commander-in-chief of the German army, awaited the final order from Hitler. In Berlin, Hitler himself remained in close contact with his high command, exuding a sense of confidence and inevitability about the success of the operation. Across the border, Poland was acutely aware of the impending threat. Despite diplomatic efforts to secure guarantees from Britain and France, the Polish government knew that a direct confrontation with Germany was unavoidable. Poland's military, though courageous and determined, was vastly outnumbered and outgunned by the Wehrmacht. The Polish army was mobilized and prepared to defend the homeland, but the disparity in strength was evident. On the eve of the invasion, Polish radio broadcasts urged citizens to remain vigilant and strong. Military leaders, including Marshal Edward Rydz Śmigły, Poland's commander-in-chief, issued orders to hold strategic positions and brace for the onslaught. In cities like Warsaw and Krakow, a tense calm prevailed as people prepared for the worst, clinging to hope that diplomacy might still avert war. In the hours leading up to the invasion, last-ditch diplomatic efforts continued. British and French diplomats in Berlin and Warsaw worked feverishly to mediate a peaceful resolution. However, these efforts were in vain. Hitler had already made his decision, convinced that swift military action would yield quick victories and secure Germany's eastern flank. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, a non-aggression treaty between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union signed just days earlier, sealed Poland's fate. This agreement secretly included a protocol to divide Eastern Europe into spheres of influence, ensuring that the Soviet Union would not interfere with Germany's plans. As the first light of dawn broke over Europe, the invasion commenced. At precisely 4:45 a.m., German battleship Schleswig-Holstein opened fire on the Polish garrison at Westerplatte in the free city of Danzig, modern-day Gdansk. Simultaneously, German forces crossed the Polish border at multiple points, unleashing a coordinated assault that marked the beginning of World War II. The skies over Poland were soon filled with the drone of Luftwaffe aircraft, bombing military installations, communication lines, and civilian targets. On the ground, German panzer divisions advanced with lightning speed, cutting through Polish defenses and encircling entire units. The strategy of Blitzkrieg proved devastatingly effective, leaving Polish forces struggling to regroup and mount a coherent defense. Within hours, the world reacted to the news of the invasion. In London and Paris, the governments of Britain and France convened emergency meetings. The policy of appeasement had failed, and the stark reality of Hitler's ambitions was now undeniable. On September 3, 1939, Britain and France declared war on Germany, honoring their commitments to Poland and marking the official start of World War II. The final hour before the outbreak of World War II encapsulated the dramatic shift from a tenuous peace to full-scale war. It was a period marked by a mix of dread, determination, and the inexorable march of events set in motion by years of political failures and aggressive ambitions. The invasion of Poland not only signaled the start of the deadliest conflict in human history, but also underscored the critical importance of vigilance and resilience in the face of tyranny. As we reflect on this pivotal moment, we are reminded of the profound consequences of unchecked aggression and the enduring value of international cooperation and peace.